Like, I beat my accent. Like, I had a deep Philadelphia accent at some point. I was almost incomprehensible as a teenager. And when I got into the office, I was like, all right, let me do it here. You know what I mean? Let me keep it. Like, see, this is like this at some point was a struggle for me. Like the way I'm talking now, this was just, I just had to turn it on. You know what I mean? I just had to. Now I kind of got it down, but like, yeah, for a while it was very, yeah, it just sounded like a fucking idiot.
Some people like it. Some people like the Philly accent. Some people don't, or the language.
Yeah.
I like it, but I get like when in certain atmospheres and places you gotta go, it's not the works.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as worse as Boston.
Yeah, when there's a couple goons that like get on your accent, like if you're around, like if you're just out of town and some dudes think your accent's funny, like yo man, fucking, it's like, are we gonna fight? You know what I mean? It's that kind of deal. Like, I remember all the time I was in Brigantine, dude, and I walked up to this bar. I was trying to get into this bar even though I wasn't 21 yet. Mm-hmm. And there's like 3 dudes from Brigantine, New Jersey, were like broing it up. Like they thought they were the fucking man. You know what I mean? Like, and like I kind of walked up onto. I had like a leg rolled up on the jeans. You know?
Oh, got his little.
And they were like, "Oh yeah," like, "Oh, so I thought I was getting shot, dude." You know? They rolled up on me like that.
Whoa.
And, yeah, I was just asking questions about the bar, but they was like, it was funny because I'm like, dude, I could crack one, like bowling pins, like I could crack one, the other two would go down. You know what I mean? Like that's how I felt. Maybe not, but like, you know what I mean? But I'm just out of town. These fucking stupid white boys. You know what I mean? Like I'll fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like I just had that feeling in my heart, like you ain't shit. You're from Brigantine's such a preppy ass place.
Yeah, what is fucking fuck that?
It's an island. You know where it's at, right? It's an island right off of Atlantic City. So, like, if you're heading towards, like, the Borgata, there's a little bridge, and it takes you to an island, and you can only get onto that island and back from Atlantic City.
What could be so? Yeah, that doesn't seem like anything very intimidating.
Yeah, and it's just and it's known that that's not a big place. It's just a nice, old people there. There's literally like one bar there. There's like one bar all the way at the back of the island. There's like some kind of, I don't even know if it's a bar, but it's closer to the front. And like I heard there was a fight, like a secret fight club there.
Whoa. A
buddy of mine used to. He says he used to go there to fight for money.
You say he says.
Yeah, and I believe him because he's kind of. He's a big husky boy, you know what I mean? He's a little dead in the eye, you know what I mean? He's got problems,
he fits okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, it's not some cool tough dude going to these things. It's some dorky psychopath like you that wants to like make a name, scoop up a few hundo, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, fucking, jeez. But I was wondering after he told me that, I'm like, where the fucking Brigantine there's a fight club, you know?
I want to see it.
Yeah, I wanted to see it. That's a problem, though. You know what? When you hear the word Fight Club, you think of a bunch of badass motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And I think that's wrong, though. I think it's just all geeks, right? Because bad motherfuckers aren't like, oh, God, let's do some bad shit.
Let's do some bad boy shit today.
Yeah.
Where's my boys?
Yeah. Like, we grow up thinking that, like, geeks are these, like, outcasts, weak nerds. I mean, they're just here, right? They're actually the dangerous ones. Mm-hmm. They're the psychopaths. Because they're like outcasts, and then they in their head they have all these ideas about like what the jocks are talking to them. You know what I mean? Have you ever watched any movie from the 80s?
That's what I'm talking. I love the 80s movies, even though they've got it that a little bit like wrong down a little bit too. I feel like because like I don't. They're usually not getting the girl like that. Like, They always get the girl. That's the one weird thing is like that they make them get the girl. Like they're getting picked on by the jocks and wondering what's going on and everything else, but they're never getting pussy. I don't know why. Who lied about that?
Yeah. The 80s movies are like they're the big nerd jerk off fantasy, right? Because they're like, oh man, no one was friends with me. Like it's like, dude, people would have been friends with you if you were just a friendly dude,
right?
If you weren't making Naruto noises in school,
right?
You know what I mean?
Being ashy.
Yeah. Yeah, if you were just like, hey, let me get my fucking shit together and let me deal with people. Like, I was socially awkward, so I know. I've been on both sides of that shit, you know? But it's like, so, like, that's how it is in movies, and you think, like, oh, jocks are these bad motherfuckers. It's like, dude, they'll be your friends if you just fucking chill. Hey, what's up? What's up, Bohemians? What's up? You know what I mean? You start speaking their shit.
You're off put too. So like that's what the thing is. Like you're feeling like they're gonna be off putting to you. you're not realizing that you're being off-putting to them. So signaling a reason for them to fuck with you a little bit or not talk to you. So you know what I mean? And now you're blaming it on everyone else in the school, so you don't understand that you're separating yourself. Yeah. And I did that. I had to realize that's what I was doing. I'm like, everyone who I think doesn't like me, it's because I don't like them. I don't think I like them. I'm acting like I don't like them.
Yeah, you actually just walked in with a chip on your shoulder. You're like, yeah, you look like you're shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then you've talked to them, you're like, damn, these people are actually pretty cool. Like, you have a lot more in common with them, you know. Stop being weird.
And you feel like there's a hierarchy, too, because you're like, all right, I'm the nerd with no friends, or, you know what I mean, or a few friends. These are the cool cats or whatever. And honestly, me growing up in Philly, those hierarchies didn't exist. We never saw that. Mm-hmm. It was all just, you know, it was more, people was on gangster shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, who sold drugs in school and who didn't, who just mind their own business. There was no, like, oh, man. You know what I mean? There was like she grew up with that shit. You know what I mean? But like, I never saw that. But yeah, it is this thing too of like you're putting people on tiers as well. You're like, all right, well, there's a hierarchy. They're cooler. They're better. They got more social clout. They're up here, right? There's a very caveman instinct to do that. Where it's like, actually, if you just assume all people are just on the same platform, on the same tier, you just deal with them. You kind of, you know what I mean? You figure it out.
You won't have to. You're putting them tier. You're already putting them in a place that's already set. You already set yourself for failure because you already put these people higher than you, or gave these people standards you don't know that they have.
Yeah,
and it's just you're pretty much controlling the story to be exactly what you fear, which is weird.
One time I know this dude, and we were talking. I'm like, dude, you're kind of like the alpha of your crew, right? And he's like, no. And this dude like works out, does all this shit, right? You know what I mean? Like he is the de facto, right?
Okay.
But I put it to him like him and just assumed. He's like, no, you're way off. I'm like, really? He's like, nah, dude, I'm just chilling. I'm just the guy. You know what I mean?
Just vibing.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit. Because from the outside looking in, I'm like, oh, that guy runs his whole crew. That guy runs the show. You know what I mean? And he's like, nah, I just fall in love with dude, chilling, and I'm not special. I like people like that.
Me too.
I like people on that like, let's keep it, you know. Like I hope I never like.
It's a nice surprise too when you think someone's and you find out, oh, not because people can be. The thing is, some people is like you could choose to be like that if you wanted to, and you're not. So that's good.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like there are people that, like you said, that is a thing. I hate people like that. It's usually broke, like back to broke motherfuckers. It's usually broke, struggling motherfuckers that like they adhere to those structures. Mm-hmm. It's always just like, all right, well, I'm here and I got to get there. But they're always trying to shuck up the people over them and like big league the people under them.
Disgusting. Yep.
Isn't that just disgusting?
And when you notice it, it's even just like, as when you know that they're not what they're trying to be too, it's just like, wow, like. Yeah. Because they're doing that to some of their friends, or their peers, or some of the people who used to mess with them sometimes too. Now they're putting them down so they can look better to the higher guy. Just like kissing ass.
Well, you know, when I was growing up as a teenager, right, like 13, give or take, I started getting into like fashion, right? So I started like wearing Timbs and Rockaway, you know, all this expensive designer shit. You know what I mean? They hit my grandpop up, hey man, you know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. And so every time people saw me at some point, I was like decked the fuck out. Nice. Right? I was just like something. Chain, you know what I mean? Just doing it. Yeah, whatever was on the Rough Riders music video that week. Like when Drag On came out and he had like the red Timbs with the blue and the thing with the vest.
He was an extra. On the music video. He was like, I'm not doing an extra, man. I was there.
Yeah, I was like a shitty.
That's me right there.
I was like a shitty clone. Like I would see that and I'd be like, dude, let me get on that. And then like, I don't know, looking back, like I feel like some of my friends were like they taught me that it was cool to just be cool. You know what I mean? Just be like, whatever, man. Like nowadays I do Bro at the Coat Factory, put it together. Vans are the biggest thing I splurge on.
Okay.
And boom, I'm good, you know? But like, I think back then, inadvertently, like I was kind of fucking with them. Like I feel like it really, like it always was a topic of conversation. Like, why are you dressed like this out here? You're on Rosalie Street. What are you doing?
You're on Rosalie Street.
You're on Rosalie Street. Yeah. That was the joint, man. Coming up.
For anyone who doesn't know, that's like 2 blocks down from like my house. So that's why it's so funny that he's saying that.
Yeah, and that was I was on Frontenac. I had to go another block across Oxford. Boom, and all my friends, we all just hung out on that strip between Frontenac and Somerdale.
Nice.
But yeah, it was like people would get at me about it. Like one time, I had like every color pair of Timbs, and I had a brown pair, and I wear them to football. And they're like, dude, and they get all muddy and all that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm good, whatever.
They're brown.
Yeah, but like it drove people nuts. You know what I mean? Like people who were like, yo, we're not you. We didn't ask for a fucking grand for our wardrobe. You know what I mean? We were happy when Old Navy opened up. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't know. So I feel like the reverse kind of happens too, where like you're just kind of doing your thing. You know what I mean? And then just like the onlookers are kind of like, listen, do you think you're good? You think you're nice? You know what I mean?
Right. That's another side of it as well.
Yeah.
Most definitely. When you're just doing you and just doing what you want to, mind your business and just... Because people just like things and are just the way they are, and they like to try what they like to try or just into, and sometimes it's like that's just enough, and people get too in their feelings or worrying about what other people are doing or wearing, or like, because honestly, what shoes someone wants to wear, no matter I don't care. I mean, but an ugly shoe is an ugly shoe though. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go and tell someone that shoe is not my taste, but there are some shoes that are just.
You know what's weird though? Like, I swear, like if someone just has a label on their shit, you know what I mean? Like someone's walking around with like a Louis Vuitton purse or whatever, and you see the LV. In my head, I don't even see how it looks. I just know that it's a nice purse. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like you just sort of are like, okay, I see you. You know what I mean? And
it don't gotta be a nice. It don't. The thing is, it doesn't. If it's ugly, most of the time you're still just like, I don't care. Like, you're just like, oh, that's so expensive. Like you said, that's just an expensive purse, but because those purses are just ugly. All of that stuff, to me, in my just a personal opinion, it doesn't look good. All those big letters all over it and stuff like that, it doesn't look great to me.
You're paying to advertise that label's thing, right? Because like if I walk around with like a big RW on my shirt, right? Now, I'm letting everyone know I'm wearing Rockaware, but I'm also like a walking billboard. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know what I mean? You know how you pay to get the ad-free version of something? Yeah. It's like I have the ad version of the shirt.
The ad version of it.
And it's expensive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there is something about it. Nowadays, dude,
you thought you brought the product, but you're their product.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah. It's a clout exchange. It's you saying, yeah, I bought the shit, but in exchange, I'm gonna be walking around with all day. You know, like Balenciaga, you know, like they make this shit with like their names all over it.
I love that name though. Yeah. Like just saying it, like it was cool.
Yeah.
What you wearing? Balenciaga.
Yeah. Something about these new labels that I hear, I'm like, oh man, because I know how stupid I looked back then. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh god, they're doing it again. Like it's just, you know what I mean? It's just happening again. Like,
here we go. That's how it'll keep. It's just generation to generation, man.
Yeah, it's just a thing. The other day, I organized my wardrobe. I'm like, dude, I just need white shirts and black shirts. That's all I'm doing now. White, black, pants, Vans. That's it. The same look across the board. Just, you know what I mean? I swear, I'm getting it down. I'm getting on that Mark Zuckerberg shit.
Okay, right?
You know how he just has gray tees?
He just keeps I didn't notice it was always just gray. I thought just dark colors in general. But
he usually does a gray tee. He does jeans, kicks. And then he has a collection of hoodies. So and he does that. And Steve Jobs, he did the turtleneck with the jeans.
The turtleneck.
They do that. They do wear the same outfit like a fucking anime character. And the reason they do that is because they don't have to think about it in the morning. So your brain has there's something called decision fatigue, right? When you wake up, your brain's fully rested from sleep, and every decision you make it drains the battery a little bit, right? So it's just so if you can eliminate decisions you have to make, like if you just had the same 3 things to eat every day, and you just do the Zuckerberg thing with the shirts, like you're actually sparing your brain like stamina that you can use for other stuff. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
So I think women get all kind of out of hand with like how they dress and like putting outfits and shit together. Because they'll just sit there in their house and be like, I do my makeup like this. And they're like, what should I wear? And they're just like, and all this. And here's the thing, they're spending all that time, which is irritating, right? But they're also draining their fucking mind. So they have nothing left by the time they go outside. They're just beat. You know?
Oh, wow.
And that's something I can see in your face that you're like, man, I've been fucking up.
Right. No, I'm like, yo, okay. So like now I'm about to save myself some break. Like, that's some smart, simple thinking right there. Yeah. And we do it more. I'm like, oh, what about wasting and burning up all that when I could just be a smooth sailing?
Yeah. It's just like I feel like a man's wardrobe should be down. Like at the most, it should have 14 outfits to it. So you have 2 weeks of stuff, and then the last day you just do your laundry.
You do your laundry. That seems so ideal.
And and then you don't have. I mean, dude, I know women that have a big closet full of clothes, and some of it still has the tags on. They've never worn it. They're just collecting this fucking massive wardrobe, and it's just like, dude. Honestly, I say 14 like to give dudes space, right? Dude, honestly, half that for me. I'm like, dude, if I got 5 to 7 nice shirts, a couple decent pair of jeans, you know what I mean? I have like formal Vans, I have casual Vans, right? That's all you need, and I'm just golden off of that. You know what I mean?
I just need a couple pairs of pants. Like shirts. For me, I'm a hoodie guy, so like I do say like I do need a lot of different kind of. I would prefer to have a lot of different kind of hoodies. Yeah. Because that's where I find comfort in buying a hoodie more than like shoes necessarily. Yeah. Like so that's where I would be like But yeah, simple pairs of jeans, just a couple colors that'll be neutral. Try to keep them dark and like just some shirts, and it could be simple and just one good like dress suit. Yeah. For like
go to a funeral or something. Yeah. I went to a funeral. I'm trying to remember which one, but I think I wore the same Vans. It's just all black on black Vans, just nothing else in them. You know, and it's and I'm like, that works. You know what I mean? Like, because dress shoes are a little, they're a little weird.
Dude, yeah, they're super uncomfortable.
Yeah, you can find a neutral black shoe that's like formal. You know what I mean? Just kind of do that. But yeah, like if you're a hoodie guy, it's like, dude. Like, I know you're golden off of, like, a 5-pack of white tees. Because then you just got pants, tees, boom, whatever. Dude, like, whatever hoodie's in the front of the rack. Just, bam, my nice hoodie, boom. Zoop. And it's just, I really think as far as productivity goes, I feel like that's a huge key. Is just, that's why I'm doing my shit the way I am. Where I'm just like, I wear 3 different colors. Just white, black, and gray. And I'm just like, it all kind of matches. It all kind of goes together. You know what I mean? I don't have 50 options. So I'm just like, I'll do this. You know what I mean?
There's no need to stress about that, like having that anyway. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. It's all, again, what people following. We feel like we have to do what other people do.
And here's the thing, it's like, people do that, right? People hook their wardrobe up. With women, I kind of get it. But like, when dudes do it, I'm just like, who are you impressing with that? You're impressing all the wrong kind of people with shit like that, right? Any chick that sees a dude looking like fresh as fuck, like he's got his whole paycheck is on his wrist, you know what I mean? He's just out there like that. It's just like, dude, you want to get your cool chicks see you being a frugal dude, they're like, okay, he's not out of his fucking mind. He's down to earth. He's stacking a little something. He's modest. You know what I mean? Like there actually is. As a kid, I never got that, but like, I see the virtues of being a plain dude, of just being like, you know what I mean? Just say, hey, I'm here, like I'm cool, you know what I mean? It's like
easier when a girl is like when you wear all that fancy stuff all over you. Yeah. You're forcing attraction from someone who's just looking for that because you can't see the internal stuff. So like now you're just literally saying, anyone who wants my money or wants me for just this, come. Yeah. Anyone who's genuine is going to turn away from that. Yeah. Or so it's just like like you said, you're literally asking for the ruckus. Yeah.
You're asking for the wrong kind of chicks to show up. And to then, like, and now you have a counter for them, right? Because when they come at you in a certain way and it's all about money or whatever, and then you just, we're done and get out. You know what I mean?
What did you think they were there for?
Kind of shit. Yeah, that kind of, it's just like, well, dude, like, you built this whole scarecrow up for them to attract them, and then and then you actually just 180 them like, I didn't give you anything.
How dare you be you? And exactly, how dare you ask of me what you obviously were gonna ask of me?
It's like putting a worm on a hook and going fishing, and then when the fish bites, get the fuck off my hook, dude. What are you doing? Dude, you want my worm? Nah, I just want to stick my worm in the water.
Duh.
I'm like, what? Yeah, it's funny. That really is like a, man, I had to meet people like that were just like plain, like soft-spoken personality, just, you know what I mean? Just you get little gems from them here and there. And I'm like, oh, those people are actually, they have more to offer as a person. You know what I mean? They're more valuable. They think there's shit going on with them. When you're just fucking, hey, I'm the fucking man, you know what I mean? When you're just a hood kid, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, people like that.
Not into it.
I guess people like that, like, if they got their shit together, it's fine, but it's like, a lot of times people just are just like, hey, I look a certain way, and that's it to me. There's no deeper personality. It's just, you're just, like, those dudes are confused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so, and then some of them can get by like that. So that's the thing, is like there's still so many people like that because it's in the society that we live in. You can still just get by. So for some of us, but nowadays you got to really like have it and have it together because people can see through so many people's shit now. There's like a debunk for everything. Yeah. Like now everyone's on to everyone's shit. People don't even believe people have money now. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just like I need receipts, proof. I need to see what.
Somebody walks through the door and you're just like, I already see what you're doing here, dude. I already got your hole. And it's just
I'm on to you, man, right from the gate.
Yeah. That's another thing, because it's like everybody thinks everyone else is putting on. You know what I mean? Where, you know, it's like, oh, what's your game? What's your scheme? What's your fucking... Like, there are game players, and then there are people who just treat real life like real life. You know?
True.
Like, dude, I was so mad. When I opened up the 48 Laws of Power, the book, right? I was so mad at the foreword, because the first thing they say is that, look, everybody plays the game, right? And they're very vague about it. And I'm like, huh? And they're like, the most dangerous people are people who claim to not be playing the game at all. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, that's just how people think. There's just a shitty half of people who are just like, nah, dude. You know, I was talking to this chick a couple months ago, and she asked me a question. She said, how much of this is real? How much of you am I hearing here? Like, when I'm talking to her. And I'm like, there's nothing left. There's nothing else. I got nothing in reserve. This is all me. This is just how I'm feeling at the moment. There's nothing. There's anything I'm hiding. You think I got extra room for this shit? Yeah, I'm just like, dude, you know? And that's the most hardest thing. A person's sincerity is the most hardest thing to convince somebody else about.
Very true.
You know, I think as a kid I was a shithead, you know, but at some point I actually became a person with good intentions and personality. And I'm just earnest towards people. And I just like give them me. Like that's the only thing you have in this world is that your truth and honesty.
Your authenticity, yeah.
It's the only thing you can give somebody. You know, I mean, you can do this, that, and the third, but really it's like, well, dude, as a person, can we connect? And for real. And yeah, it's just at some point, almost everybody you know is gonna look at you like, what's behind this? What's your game? What's your scheme, dude? What are you really thinking? What are you plotting? You set me up for an air combo here, bro. You know what I mean? Like
this is suspicious.
Yeah, you got something coming up. You're you can be too nice in this world.
You can be too nice. Yep, I know that very, very, very well. Where me being nice or how nice I am is weird to people, or I don't trust it. And I'm just like, okay. What do you do? It's like, so do I. Okay, what do I say to that?
It's like, baffling for the dude that like actually is on that time and knows that they're on that note. Because you're like, what do I gotta do, man?
What more do you want?
Yeah, like someone could accuse you of like bullshitting or lying, and it's like I know dudes like us, we're like, dude, you're not worth lying to. That's my favorite comeback to any of that shit. Whenever anyone thinks I'm trying to put on, I'm like, you're not worth it. You're like that. I discovered I do that at some point. I'm like, you're not worth it. You're fucking dirt.
God.
But like that's the only thing you can say to someone like that is like, oh, you don't believe you think I'm trying to be nice and gain curry favor and impress you. It's like, now I have to ridicule you, hopefully in front of other people.
Hopefully.
To let you know, I don't care about that kind of, that 48 laws of power shit. I just, you know what I mean?
Put all that energy into lying to you and doing it. It's like, you're not worth, that's too much work. You're not worth that much work.
Yeah. It's like the moon landing conspiracy, right?
I love that one.
It's easier to just land on the moon than to make 50,000 scientists shut up about what you're doing. It's easier to just do the fucking thing.
I like to toot the horn with that one, though. I like to play with people and be like, it was fake.
Yeah.
Because it's just people are so divided about this.
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny? If you watch Zeitgeist, it's a whole thing. I think they talk about 9/11 and post 9/11 shit, right? I forget the whole thing. But at the end of it, there's a whole half hour, and it's a whole different thing. And a guy walks onto a stage and says, "We're gonna tell you why the moon's fake." And he just speaks his piece about the moon at the end of Zeitgeist. And you're at the end of it, you're like, that's plausible, right? I know it's bullshit, but I see where you're coming from.
I see how you can feel that.
There's actually a brain behind that thought of this. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just stupid. It's funny. Like, it's just like, it's funny. It's another thing. You ever be talking to someone and you gotta like scratch your nose or do beard, do some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That. It's like, dude, my face is actually a little itchy. I got a beard. I'm itchy. I think I just got dry skin. You know? I always have the itch. Like that. And just, I feel like that's another thing people don't believe you on. Like, are you trying to...
Oh, with the sign that you have to do that, that means that you're not telling or you're being dishonest because you had to wipe your eye or you had to blink or some weird... Yeah. It's like you're giving me all this, and now you're trying to judge my body.
Yeah, it's as if we're at the poker table and I just gave you a towel like yeah, I got 2 aces.
Right.
It's like, no, dude, in that case, yeah, you want to just do, you know,
I had an itch and I had to scratch it. Like,
you want to do your best to suppress all your shit, right? But when you're just talking to people, it's like, yeah, let me fucking, you know, let me just get all my, you know, let me get comfortable.
Like, yeah, sure, of course I do.
Yeah. That's the fun. I've been thinking about this shit the past couple of weeks. I'm like, dude, like, it's just, just in general, it's so hard to just, like, you know, it's weird. People that trust people get along with people that trust people.
Mm-hmm.
When you realize you have people on your hands that are like they don't even have all the data of a story, and they're telling you what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Way back in the day, I had a hairdresser. I used her for like a couple years, right? And I remember like she changed shops, but like I actually would come when I moved back to Philly, I would still go to Jersey to get my haircut by her, right? It was just my hairdresser.
Okay.
Know? One day she got out of the business, and because she was like studying to be like a nurse or some shit.
Nice.
And I remember I told my uncle, I'm like, yeah, I gotta find a hairdresser because mine doesn't cut hair anymore. And he said something to me, like he kind of put it to me like, oh, you know, hairdressers, you know, when they like, you know, they bring their best customers with them, and you know what I mean, like when they leave and go to another shop, they, you know what I mean.
Oh.
And he just knowing nothing, right? He just kind of put it to me like that, and like it still bugs me today. I'm like, you don't know anything, you dweeb, you know, and you think you know, like if people are taking you and it's interesting, it's cool because people kind of let you know what they think about you.
Yeah.
By hitting you with these assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like my boy Riley. We're always kind of ragging on him and kind of talking dumb shit, and like it's all jokes, but we kind of do the same thing to him when he says some shit. We kind of smack him down a little with like, oh yeah, you sure she was this? Or, you know, and yeah, but you know, that's all in jest. But like, yeah, some people really try to like Machiavellian their way into your fucking head. You know what I mean?
Like, how would you know? It's like you're projecting on me now.
Yeah.
Like you're completely projecting, and like that's what really happens. That's why this person did. What happened to you doesn't mean it happened to me. And there's a billion hairdressers in the world. Like, how would you know?
Yeah, always. I should have told him, like, always assume I'm better than you. Okay?
That's the first assumption always. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever happened to you, whatever shit life you had, listen, I'm easily a cut above. Just assume your boy. We don't run into the same problems. You know what I mean? I ain't got no problem getting past bounties and stuff like you. You know what I mean?
Never mistake.
You know what I mean? You see, you know what I got? You know, that shit you wish you had a smidgen of what I got. You know, that je ne sais quoi. You know? Listen, yeah, you ain't got, like, I wish you could teach je ne sais quoi. I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Nah, I really like.
How much would you charge?
I'd probably be really fair about it. I probably wouldn't charge more than like a bean or two a day. I don't even know how you can really. I feel like I should charge people to just follow me around and watch what I do.
Yep.
I should just put myself into certain scenarios. You know what I mean? I wanted to do this at some point, like with my friends who were dweebs that don't know how to talk to chicks. I wanted to do a thing where we go to a bar, I talk to a chick, and they just watch me.
You have to have an author too, though. Like someone talking behind, like, so you don't have to. You do the move while someone's explaining like a little bit to them, like a assistant.
Oh, like
so you don't. Now the Don is doing what you call.
Yeah.
Watch as he walks up to the girl and like an illustrator. Right?
He's running Play 32.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. There you go. With a smooth voice, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's something you can teach. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's a thing though. You know what I mean? Once you get it, like when I didn't have it for it. Like it took me to my like mid-20s to get it. You know?
Nice.
But like. No, but like...
It takes some people way later.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Some people never get it.
They never get it.
I know a dude who's like almost 70, he ain't got it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he ain't never gonna get it then. Yeah. He ain't gonna get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I think it comes to dudes like that in sparks, though. I feel like every once in a while, the universe shifts in their direction and they somehow pull something off.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah. Yeah, they get into... you know how like you can enter the flow of the world, you know what I mean? Just in the world around you, and you just know what you should be doing.
It feels right. You fit right.
Yeah. Everything time almost stops, and you're just chilling, and you're like, I know how to.
All right.
Yeah.
Roll my sleeves
I don't know why
up.
you gotta wipe your hands off.
I'm in here. We got this.
Yeah. But like that happens sometimes, like when you're out or at a party or a bar or some shit. You know what I mean? You're like.
Oh, I love that. It's been a while, but
yeah, you Ken Griffey Jr. that shit. You call your shot. Point right at him. Yeah. He's get the fuck up.
It's the visual for me. I'm visualizing it.
But yeah. Here's the thing. You think that's that's early to get to it, dude? Can you imagine? I mean, I've been trying to get laid since I can fucking remember. You know what I mean? Like, I remember being a kid, being like, I gotta kiss girls. You know what I mean? Just.
There wasn't cooties?
Not for me. Shit. First time I kissed a girl, I was in first grade. It took forever to get to the next one. It was like 8th grade. But yeah. But the whole time I was always like, damn, that chick's nice. I just didn't know how to talk. Teenager, couldn't talk. Stumbled into a girlfriend. And she was weird also.
You stumbled into her?
Stumbled into her. Just happened to bump into her and just, okay, cool. Like my ex hooked me up with her. And she was also weird and we just made it work. You know what I mean? But like, and I thought I had game then. I'm like, oh yeah, I bagged up a chick. We're chilling for a while. Then when I got single again, I'm like, oh, I got no game. It just happened. She was just lonely as shit and I was just horny, so it worked, you know? But
you're still out in the wilderness without no training.
Yeah, I was just I thought I was seasoned. I did one tour.
One tour.
Yeah.
And you were headlighting.
Yeah. But yeah, once I remember. I forgot if I told you this story. I remember when all the rules clicked into place as far as like hooking up with people goes. I was at a club. I was at Soundgarden. I think 7 Lions was playing. And I remember just being at the bar. I was like hungover from the night before. I was at the bar. I lost my phone. Ills and all of them was in the crowd doing their thing. And so I was upstairs where you can drink and chill at. Mm-hmm. And I remember just I'm sitting at the bar, order a drink. I see a chick like on the couch. And like I'm hungover. But you know when you drank the night before, you have all this courage.
Wait, you mean the liquor's still in you?
Yeah, it's still in you, and you're just like...
You still got that dopamine and everything. Okay, yeah.
You got this swagger. Swagger's just dripping off me at this point. It's like Super Saiyan swagger just coming off me, right?
Nice.
You can see it, right? And I just said, I'm going to bag... She was cute. I'm like, I'm going to bag this one up. Walked up. I did, everything was just perfect. I just flowed right through. She didn't seem like banged up. She seemed like she was okay, you know? Because that's not a win if she's all hammered, you know?
Yeah, if she's all out of, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. And yeah. But, like, yeah, I sat right next to her. And all I did was just say, you ever see the open palm handshake? It's not like, hey, it's like, I'm Sean.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Just sat down. I was dressed nice. I had the whole thing on.
Oh, did you have a little lean to or like?
Nah, because it was the couch, so I was here, she was here. I sat back. I looked at her. I'll reenact this shit for her. I just did the open palm thing. What's up? I'm Sean Donald. How you doing? She's like, hi, I'm Michelle. Michelle, I think you're the most beautiful girl in this club.
Stop, really?
Just full send.
Oh.
She started blushing. She was smiling, laughing. Thanks. Went for the kiss.
No.
Boom. Started making out for like a minute.
Just like that.
Just like that. And dude, I got up and I'm like, I'm retired.
I killed the game.
I know all the rules now.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Now I fumbled before because I wasn't too into her. She was just plain Jane kind of thing going on.
Okay.
I fucked up because when we stopped looking up, I was sort of awkward. I was like, hey, can we get you a drink? You know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, I guess. You know? And all kind of bartender took forever. And she just kind of bolted. You know? But yeah, like, that's the thing. In that moment, I studied it later, like I thought about it, and I was like, oh, now I know everything. I just get how it works. It's just, dude, I'm like 27 at this point. It took me forever to figure that out.
And that confidence too, like
yeah.
that all work, and because that's the thing, it takes the confidence in yourself and then knowing, and then boop 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 boop, and paying attention to your target, not your target, but your target,
my target, my mark,
right,
my victim. That's really, you know what's funny is when I was at the bar too, like I kind of was like that one, like I kind of had an assassin. I had an assassin's gait about it. I was just like, watch this.
That's how it is, though. That is truly how it is, though. You see, and then you approach, and you think how you want to go. You know what I mean? Or if you're smooth like you just right in there.
But yeah, like I thought that was the end. I was like, oh, now I know how it works. Turns out that's the beginning, because now there's all sorts of tricky shit you can do when you have that confidence. You just know. It's like I don't have confidence, but I know to be confident.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off as a lack of confidence being masked as confidence.
Right.
But now once you know it, now it's like, oh yeah, just throw anything out there.
Fake it till you make it till you make it. And once you made it, you're there.
Now it's like, I throw out creative shit. You know what I mean? Like it's
change it up.
like a comedian will sometimes like say something really horrible on stage to lose the crowd, just to kind of get them back. Like, that's where I'm at, where I'm like, let me say something stupid, horrific. I told a chick I was going to wear skin one night.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Like, she was joking a little bit. I'm like, yeah. She asked me why the bag I was carrying around was so heavy. I think I was going to wear your skin at the end of the night. Oh. And look, I ended up hooking up. Oh. First date. Boom. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain, once you figure it out, you can just get so tricky with it. And you think, right, that sounds horrific. Like, a chick hears that and they're like, ugh. But the confidence and just the look on your face of, like, I'm a cool dude. I kind of tell them, like, they're the boss, you know? Like, chicks that don't want to hook up on the first date or early.
Okay.
Like, I've heard that before, where it's like, nah, we're not going back to your place. We're not doing this. And like, look, we just hang out. I was like, you're the boss. You want to do something? Cool. If not, I'm good with that. So, I mean, you're fun. We hang out.
That's what I feel like a female would want to hear, or anyone want to hear. Who's, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, yeah.
Yeah. Now early Don was like thirst. You know what I mean? I was thirsting him down, trying.
You just giving it straight to him.
Hey, can I walk you home? Hey, you know what I mean? You want to go upstairs? All that shit. You know what I mean? Just
watch some TV upstairs.
Yeah. Trying to, like, that's the thing chicks hate too when you try to be sneaky about it. We're like, hey, let's go upstairs where I got candles and wine, and I got Sting playing on the CD player. You know what I mean? They know.
Over prepared.
And I'm saying all of that, but I'm also playing it so platonic and friendly. Like, something's up there. You're going to spring a trap on me. At least let me know you're into me beforehand.
Right.
Yeah. So my rule, I know I'm like going on a clinic about this shit. My rule now, if I bump into a chick and I don't immediately respond to her, I never hit on her. Because I feel like once when I used to pass people and then you look back like, damn, they look alright, I feel like you have to say it while they're still in front of you.
Oh, you can't lock, like, it's got to be, once you feel like that way, you have to, like, let them know right then, like, you can't let it, that go past where, okay.
Ideally, I'm at a party, a chick walks in, I'm like, holy shit, I'm Sean, how you doing? You know what I mean, what's up? Like, like, immediately. Just no preamble, no bullshit. No trying to get to know you, none of that shit. Just so they know, okay, you're game. Yeah, you've thrown your hat in the ring. You're cool. You know what I mean? So they know what to expect. Not like. So yeah, if I do hesitate, I feel like if I hesitate, it means I just don't like them enough. I feel like if I see something I like, I can just tell myself, all right,
go after it.
Yeah, go after it, and then cool. Now you have like this first strike advantage. That's bad terminology again. But like I had this, there's something about it that chicks just dig. They're like, okay, he saw me instantly, didn't think about it. He's not a pussy.
You're revealing all your secrets because I'm taking notes.
Oh yeah, take notes. Dude. No, but that's the thing. Like once you figure it out, because that's why my people now that don't know how to talk to chicks, I'm like, guys, you just gotta know how to do it. Another thing is rolling solo. That's something a lot of people don't get, especially dudes. They don't see dudes want to go into a bar 5, 6 at a time. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, let me just walk in on my own, have a drink. You know what I mean? Stare across the bar.
You get that quality attention focused just on you that you don't have to share with anyone else or have anyone else fuck it up for you. Yeah,
because there's a thing of like, chicks will see you, especially two dudes at a bar. I think chicks see that as weird. And that's usually how I roll. It's me and some weirdo. Yeah.
Okay.
So like I think they see that, and one chick can't approach you. Two, now it's you got man on man coverage. You know what I mean? Like so, but it's still like they'd rather see you. Two chicks would rather see you on your own, and then they kind of talk like, "You like it? Yeah, it's more you." You know what I mean? I'm better looking. You can go get out. I suspect that's the case. Is just. Roll solo. Yeah, actually, I didn't think about it. Every time I've been at a spot where there's booze, just by myself, usually a chick talks to me. Like, I was at a pizza shop that served booze once, and like I was reading a book. And she's like, "What are you reading?" You know what I mean? She was
okay.
Yeah, it's just there is something about that. Yeah, every time I've been
probably on to something. You're right.
Yeah, an old head, way old head, told me that. Like a schmoove, like a
Well, that's how you got the kiss with the other girl, too.
Yeah.
You were by yourself, you were saying. Yeah. That's because you separated from Ills.
Yeah, I was by myself, phone was gone, couldn't find it. And I was like, oh, man, I guess I got to be a person now.
Mm-hmm. Let's try this out.
That's funny. I remember I found there was some dude, like, in a balcony section, and I befriended him so I could use his phone that night. I was like, hey, what's up, man? You know what I mean? Like, we're going back and forth. Hey, do me a favor, man. Can I use your Safari to log in as me on Google to see my contacts so I can call my buddy? And he was like,
process.
Yeah, and he was like, ugh, okay.
Yeah, if you didn't have that, you don't know how that would have went.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's smart thinking too. You gotta warm people up when that's how life is.
Yeah, I do. I warmed them up. I kind of was like, "Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?" Anyway. I'm like, shit, man.
But I also feel like it's probably a trap thing too. It's like, damn, motherfucker, that's how you was doing. It's like, what are you? So you gonna use wrong?
Yeah. After a little bit, he was kind of like, yo, you done there, man? What you doing?
Because you were drunk too, right?
Emptying my cash app. Yeah, I was like, nice. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah. Look, I'm just.
Still in your whole identity, nigga. I know.
Yeah. Just be wearing your skin tonight too. On top of the chick's
Part
skin.
2.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I still am in a stage where like I don't I've never asked anyone out.
Really?
Like, it's always been like, it has to be known that they're into me for me to like.
Yeah, I love it.
I take, yeah.
I used to love that. When a chick would tell me that her friend liked me or whatever, I'm like, game's over. Watch me clean up.
It's perfect.
Like I'm the most don't know what to talk about, none of that stuff. The second I hear that, just any suggestion she's into me or whatever for any reason, I'm like, oh, dying about it. You know, just if I ain't coming home with a newspaper tonight. You know,
score.
Yeah, you know what you gotta just lie to yourself. Just tell yourself you're the fucking man. You're gonna strike it out. You know what I mean? You're gonna just a home run. And think of, I mean, like, shut your brain off. Just think that last thought of like, this is it. I'm balls deep in this motherfucker tonight.
Right, already. Say that it's already happening. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go
yeah.
with that attitude.
Yeah. It's like Last Samurai, no mind.
I'm getting laid on New Year's.
Yeah. They will walk in like,
right.
Look who walking to the slaughterhouse.
That's how it's gonna be. It'll be here before we know it, guys. Counting down the days.
That is just that fascinating trick to it. Is that, you know, like I was, you know, it's like Muhammad Ali said, like I was the Don before I knew I said I was the Don before I knew I was the Don.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I really didn't know at first when I got on my shit, you know, but like I said it, and then
you manifested down here.
It forced my ass to cash checks that my mouth was writing.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? I'm writing all these big checks with my mouth.
Huge ones.
Now my ass got to do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's a trick in life where, I think Jim Carrey said that too. Then he wrote himself a check for like $10 million or something like that. And he put it in his wallet. And he was broke at the time. And he was just like, he dated it for like 3 years ahead of time. And he's like, in 3 years, I'm going to cash this check for 10 grand to myself, or 10 mil to myself. And he ended up, I think it was Dumb and Dumber, you know, getting like, you know what I mean? Like 6 months prior to the deadline he set.
Nice.
And he was just like, yeah, I'm just going to do it. And he kind of manifested it a little. He wrote it down on paper.
I like Jim Carrey. Yeah, I think I have heard that story too. I think I've thought it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's a TikTok clip. It's like big and out there.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah. Yeah, some kind of...
I'm going to go for like a mil first, though. 10 mil right now. I mean, I don't even treat myself. I'll say maybe 5.
Yeah. Yeah, 5. Yeah, 5's good.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
5 mil's good.
I'm not trying to be that person.
Nah, but like, I think what he was hitting at was like, you just... You know, I was really caught up with the Latin roots to the Greek word decision, right? No. So, the Latin, that's wrong. The root word, the meaning of the word decision in Latin, it means it's a lack of other paths, right? Mm-hmm. So like when you decide something, to them, a decision meant I've made a decision. There's no other path. There's no options. I'm just going down this path. You know what I mean? I'm not caught up on options here, there, and before. I'm just doing it. So I think there's something in that really. You know, when you decide, when you tell yourself, I'm making a decision. This is what I'm doing, and that's it. And there's no wiggle room. I'm at least I'm gonna do everything I can to get it.
To get to that one without distraction or curves.
Yeah.
That goal that you need to get to. You'll do everything you need to get there, and then everything else doesn't matter in a sense.
It's like saying, hey, I'm walking down Frontenac. I'm making a left on Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of ways to get to Bridge in Loretta. You know?
But I'm taking this way.
But I'm going this way. And if there's a fucking detour, fine, I'll jump over the things I'm going through. And I think that's what it is. I think it's just, it's just something, because we're all people, we're all equal on some level. So when our minds are all the same. Mm-hmm. Everybody that ever did anything, like, there's this big thing about great people throughout history. They were just dudes. They just made a decision. And then they
pulled through it because they kept through with it.
Yeah. But I think there really is a level of insanity to certain people that do great things because they just never relent. You know, reasonable people are like, That didn't work. This didn't work.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me cool off for 6 months. Let me see what I can get done. You know what I mean?
I was like, nah, I'm still going. It's gonna happen. Keep going. It's gonna happen. Nope. You have to be to win. Yeah. Like in some sense, you got to be a little crazy.
Yeah. Cool and reasonable minds don't get far because they're like, "Ah, man, that was risky. Oh, whatever I did, you know."
Playing it too safe.
Buddy I work with, he works in film, and he seems to just kick indoors everywhere it goes. Because in his head, he's just, there's nothing else. I'm not taking no for an answer. He's just going for it. He's just in. You know what I mean? And I think everyone that sees him is like, oh, god damn, dude. Like, you're calling the shit out of people. You know what I mean? Like, you're really going for it. Like, it's almost, like, as a person, he seems annoying. But he's bringing in results. He's actually getting places.
Nice.
And it's just, like, he just booked the thing the other day. And I'm like, god, like, you know what I mean? There's no, I tried it, and I asked the person, they said no, so now I'm going home. You know what I mean? There's none of that.
That's the attitude that you need to have. Like, that's how I'm trying to have the attitude. Like, that's the stuff you need to make it. That's the material right there, actually, is just, you're going to hear no. Like, if you believe in your shit, and you believe in yourself, your product, whatever it is, then you will get there. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Even if it don't look like...
The world has no... It has no love for modesty in people. There's no, okay, you'll just take what I give you. Cool. You know what I mean? People love that. They're like, cool, you're a pawn. You're lame. You're just going to, you know what I mean? You're just going to take the check and roll. You know what I mean? People, you know, people that want to be successful, love that. Because now you're out of their way.
Yep.
When you're like, no.
One less person.
When you just walk into the room and just throw your dick on the table and say, nah.
Plop.
Deal with this.
Yep.
This is your problem now. I'm not going away.
You ain't getting rid of me, no way, no how.
This thing ain't gonna suck itself.
Mm-hmm. Get to work.
It's fucked up, but it's the way of the world. It's Hamlet. Foul is fair and fair is foul. Mm.
The stuff that, like, more people need to, like, hear. Like, honestly, like, even that, like, encouraged me a little bit. Like, don't, you know, stick with your shit. Don't be discouraged. It's going to be like that sometimes. Because everybody who made it because they didn't give up.
Yeah, because they were just dead focused. I mean, look at Jim Carrey. Like, he's a psychopath. Just as a dude. He's not, there's very little of that's acting. He's just he just has, I'm here and here's the target. It's like 90s Jim Carrey, you know? Now he like paints and chills and he's all right.
More chill, but
he's still wild, but
it's like recording a crazy person. It's like recording a crazy person. Just press start, play on the camera.
Yeah, because that is the thing in life. You can just say, "Hey, I'm doing one thing. Everything else is gone. I'm just laser fucking focused, and then I don't see the other blinders on." You know, you can kind of do that as a person. You can just decide everything else is over. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it's
as simple. It might not feel as simple as it, but it really is just that's the material that you need.
Oh, yeah. And when you watch when you watch dumb motherfuckers, people way dumber than you, that get it.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, okay. Now I'm in my own way somewhere. I don't see. There's a debate because I don't know. Because some people are just. You wonder what success is sometimes, right? You look at Hollywood, and you think that's success. You know, I don't know if that. Maybe the dude who just got out of high school, you know what I mean? He's a mechanic, you know what I mean? He hangs out on the weekends with his boys, hangs out at night. Maybe that's success. He's having a lot of fun, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard to gauge because it's all it's like equivalent exchange, right?
Right.
Because you're giving up time, you're giving up parts of you to get the thing you want. So you got to give something. It's just what do you want more? You know what I mean? Do you want the big thing on the, you know, do you want the big prize? Or do you want like the humble, chill life that's nice and you have a lot of fun? You know
it's all on the person and what they technically deem to be successful for them.
Yeah.
Because for some people, it is just like that house, that family, that going out, you know, having some drinks with the boys as a mechanic. Yeah. Like you said, for some people, it's just an extravagant thing, which is cool too. But the success is all deemed on as a person. No one can tell you what. That's how a person can't really tell you aren't successful.
Yeah.
Only you can. You know.
Yeah, you define your own metrics.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a weird thing too, because it's like, yeah, it really depends. Because in my head, I think that I'm, that I want that. I want to be, 8 figures, writing for a living, chilling.
Right.
Like, the guy. And then at some level, I'm like, I kind of like my house. I kind of like chilling, having fun with my people once in a while, doing, you know what I mean? Like, cool, we'll do stuff, I'm not necessarily, down at the fucking smelting factory, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not busting my ass to get what I get, you know what I mean? But, like, part of me is like, I wonder if there's a decent, there's probably some little balance, Just okay. Like, there's, like, actors, there's a lot of working actors.
Right.
There's a lot of people that just make, 80 grand, 100 grand a year, 200, you know what I mean? It's not all A-list guys. Like, there's people who are just, they're in an episode of CSI every season.
And they're happy. Like, or like actors who like, or just on a couple of things. They're not like huge or anything, but they make their money to pay their bill and make their friends and do, and that's just all they want and need it. And that's great for them.
Yeah, like they have a job and it's just acting.
Mm-hmm.
And like their big role is like, they're kind of a non-speaking big extra in something. And that's what they're known for. And then they're in all this other like low-level shit. But they do that, and then they're like, cool, well, now I got a spouse and kids and a nice house, and I'm like building a little, throwing it in crypto, building it, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it's just like, there's something to be said for that moderate, like incremental success where you're like, oh, I've built, we're like the same age, so like we look at now, we're like 30, so we're like, all right, man, 60 is it's where we recalibrate, right? Like massively, right? we got enough 30 years to be like, cool. Why? I hope it should be there, but it's a whole 30 years.
Yes.
So it's like I can start. Sheik said this shit in the line. He said, "You got to plan for the future because you figure you're gonna be older way longer than you're gonna be younger." That's in that. You ever Money, Power, Respect? That song.
Mm-hmm.
He sneaks that in at the end, and I never noticed it for like 20 years, and then it just hit me like a gem. He says, "You got to plan for the future because you figure you're gonna be older way longer than you're gonna be younger."
Right.
And then like Little Kim comes in, so you just forgot what he said.
Right, because it's like, oh, now she's in there. Oh, you're in. Yeah, that's deep, and it's very true.
And that deep as fuck. You're older way longer than you're younger. It's such a fucking thing where it's like, yeah.
And I think that success is contentness, being content and happy, and I think that's success. That means you made it at life. You are content. You're okay in your space, and you're happy. What more could you want in a sense? You know what I mean? And
it's like this. It's this thing where you're content where you're at today, and then you're like, well, I'm gonna chip into the next block tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like a Minecraft thing. Like, all right, I'm here. Minecraft. Next year, and let me get into another little chunk of whatever's happening. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yeah, I think there's something virtuous to that. I think there's really something like, some people just want it. You know what I mean? Some people are like, what do I got to sell? What do I got to be?
What do I got to do?
Who I got to
I'll do. Who I got to blow? Yeah, there's people who will do what they got to do to get to. And I say for them too, that is also going through doing whatever you got to do to get to where you do. I do not hate on nobody who sucked their way to the top and fucked their way to the top. You said, I'm not going to let nothing stop me from getting what I want. And, if you got to use your body, hey, you got to your goal. You got that rule.
Yeah. But it's just like quick, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna die of a fat attack, you know what I mean? Like you're thinking so fast. You're like, I gotta do this. Now I'm here. You know what I mean? Like that's gotta be stressful on some level.
Yeah.
Like to be like a Cardi B type of person, where she's like, cool, I'm here. You know what I mean? I need that dough. I'm gonna do whatever to get it. And then like to be catapulted so fast up the fucking thing.
That was so. Still. I'm like, are you grateful, girl? Because no one else has been able to get like that quick. Like you got there quicker. You had to work less hard than Nicki Minaj. Like it just literally was overnight. It felt that's an overnight fame thing. That feels like me. That song came out and just like she was just it.
I think for her it's more of a, hey man, all these years where I was like out in the streets, broke, struggling, doing crazy shit to make money. Like I think for her it's like that's the year she put in. Mm-hmm. So to get actual success, to find a hint of success somewhere and crack into it, I think for someone like her, it's kind of it's oh thank God, like it's a relief, because it's like Now I don't have to fuck. You know, she used to like rob dudes. You know what I mean? That kind of shit's a stripper. Like,
no, not just robbing them, drugging them and robbing them.
Yeah, and even that's kind of. I mean, I don't want to be the guy drugging people. You know what I mean? Like you look at her like, oh man, she's fucked up. And for some reason, I look at her.
Why would she say that though? I'm so mad at her for that.
For some reason, I look at her and I'm like, that's fine, right? Like, cause you're already rolling around with these fucking dopes who are trying to fuck, right? So like, oh, dude, you put a little NyQuil in their fucking in their cognac, you're fine. Yeah.
Like no, not the NyQuil.
Like if it's just that, right? If it's just, all right, man, you're gonna be asleep for the next 12 hours. Let me, you know what I mean? Let me dig into your little sneaker closet here. See what you got.
What is it? What's the new stuff that we like to use?
Rohypnol.
The options are endless. But,
yeah.
Serotonin. Is that what it's not serotonin?
Seroquel.
No, that'll take them out. Like there's no jokes or no Seroquel. Like,
you don't match tone. Like, yeah, damn, bro.
Seroquel still has that when you mention that name. That people's eyes. But what is it? It either air, but
it's a new joint. It's a new.
No, it's supposed to be. It's in my lotion. Like it's in a lotion. It's in bath stuff. It's in tea. What is it called?
Oh god, yeah, melatonin.
Melatonin. Yeah, there we go. I said serotonin.
Put a little serotonin in this drink.
Y'all need a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, with someone like her, just if it was just the extent of like, all right, you know, I'm back at your crib, slip you a little something, you're out, I'm walking away with your stacks. I don't know why I don't feel like that's wrong on our part.
I'm not mad at her for doing it. I'm mad at her for saying it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you ain't have to tell him. Like, you said that too proud.
She sort of normalized it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's like, chicks that were already doing it are like, oh,
I'm gonna drug this nigga and steal his money.
Yeah. And people were thinking about it are like, well, can't be this success. Maybe I should.
Maybe I should too. Rob that nigga.
She showed me the blueprint. Let me run with it. But yeah.
And because it's been said and people is a thing, people will be less desensitized. It'll be more. It's not a crazy thing. You'll get a little less mad because like, yeah, I've heard people have done that before.
Yeah,
that's just like if it were the opposite around.
Oh yeah, the opposite way. Yeah, it's, you know. Speaking of Cosby, he's on tour.
He's out of jail.
He's out of jail. Yeah, because I think the thing got thrown out. The case. There was like a mistrial. And he's like back to doing sets.
Wait, he's really on tour?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
As a comedian, as a stand-up comedian.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
He said y'all thought.
Thought I was locked up, huh?
Right?
Stretching on stage, not sitting down anymore.
You can't get rid of me. So how do you want to end this podcast? Was this podcast 6? Are we this is 6, right?
You want to cut this in half, or we can do it as one?
Yeah, I think since it's 2 hours, it's a perfect hour.
Yeah. So this is, we started at episode 6 and we ended at episode 7.
Boom.
Theoretically.
Oh wait, we have to have a closeout though.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, thanks for tuning in.
Hi family.
We appreciate your support. Hey, smash that like button.
Don't forget to smash the like button.
And super like it. And no, I only get a like button for us guys. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment. I hate when they say like rate, subscribe, comment because it's like it sounds like rape. So
it's so generic too.
Rape, subscribe, comment.
Rape, subscribe.
Like, yeah, it's just like, you know, I don't care. Dislike this. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I hate being such a social media whore. You know, like,
dislike if you want, like fucking troll.
Yeah. It's all right. We appreciate you. Comment. You know where to find us. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter.
Oh wait, you can find us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all over the social medias.
We're on your Roku TV.
Mm-hmm.
We're on your Roku box.
We're on Christian Mingle. You know.
Yeah.
Grinder, Scissor. You know.
Is that the app where I find chicks to cut their skin off?
Mm-hmm.
Scissor.
Alleywayfreaks.com for my freaky bitches.
Alleyway Freaks. You step into the Northeast and start swiping right. Yeah, you'll
oh God.
And you'll find us. You'll find one of us.
One of us will be there, waiting.
That's funny.
Cold winter night.
So, all right, guys.
I hope you all stay safe out there. Thanksgiving is coming up. Me and Don are gonna eat lots of good food. I might ditch the vegetarian thing, so we'll see how that goes.
Nice. I think I'm having a little something too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little turkey, something. Nothing fancy.
A ham sounds like so good though. Yeah, like that's what I really, really want. Like a nice pink ham.
I feel like we should do just steaks every holiday. You know what I mean? Just boom, just call it. You know what I mean? Just nice steak and a beer lunch. You know? You know what I mean? Just boom. Like people, you know, like turkey. It's just like the shoe, not the rant at the end of it.
Turkey. It's dry.
Even if it's moist, it's just a big trash.
Moist.
It's a surplus bird, is what it is. They just, you know, they just murder them all in August, and then, you know what I mean?
Literally, it's so fucked up.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, cool, dude. You just bred them all, and now never, you know what I mean? It's just like, just extra turkey laying around. You know, it's like
for anyone who wants to see the true. The true meaning of Thanksgiving, look up like Happy Turkey Day videos on YouTube where you see what these animals go through. It's just like it's like August, it's like September. The turkeys are just like they're just chilling in the line. It gets to like October and then like we're November. It's like gang shit now. It's just like we all dead fucking meat. Like
what are they just on the conveyor belt and just whoosh, decapitation, cuts the wings.
Used to being petted and people going, oh, to now just getting gripped up. Now your head is just gone.
There's a box covers them over. It's metal you hear.
Shipped off.
And then just separating the feathers from the guy.
It's like the Hunger Games. It's whatever turkey can probably survive until the season is over where they don't want to eat us no more. Like, there's a movie like that called Chicken Run. No, what was it?
Chicken
no. Chicken... No, Chicken Run. Wait, I have to Google this.
It's cartoony, right? Like it's a...
Yeah, can you look... you can't. Chicken Run.
Chicken Run.
It was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid, but I think I'm saying the wrong name. If anyone remembers Chicken Run.
Chicken Run is a... Yeah.
Chicken Run, yep. It came out around the same time the first Pokemon movie came out.
Yeah, it's a 2000 stop-motion animated
I was right. I know my shit.
Yeah.
All right. Chicken Run is very...
It's like a
festive movie to watch in this season, so I suggest watching it. Thank you guys and ladies for giving us another listen. We will see you next episode. Stay safe, stay full,
stay black.
Stay black.
You're good.